Imagine stepping into a home where the air feels heavy, the smiles are forced, and your heart whispers, "You don't belong here." As you enter your golden years, there's a truth no one dares tell you until it's too late. Some doors, no matter how familiar, can steal your peace in an instant. In this Elder's Wisdom video, we reveal 4 types of homes you must avoid to protect your energy, dignity, and joy after 60. These aren't just houses, they're traps of negativity, betrayal, and disrespect that can unravel years of hard-earned wisdom. From places where you're merely tolerated to those brimming with drama, we'll uncover why walking away is the ultimate act of self-respect. Stay until the end, because you'll discover not only why to avoid these homes, but how to reclaim your tranquility with practical, Stoic-inspired strategies. Your peace is priceless. Don't let the wrong company dim your light. If you value a life of purpose, hit like, subscribe, and tap the bell to join our community. Let's dive into these life-changing lessons and ensure your golden years shine brightly. As you grow older, you begin to sense the weight of your presence, where it's cherished and where it's merely endured. The first type of home to avoid is one where you're not truly welcome, a place that drains your spirit under the guise of hospitality. Stoicism teaches us to value our energy, for every moment spent in the wrong company chips away at our peace. This home isn't defined by locked doors or overt rejection, it's subtler, more insidious, marked by hollow greetings, forced smiles, and a lingering sense you're an inconvenience. Picture visiting someone whose eyes dart to the clock as you speak, their attention split between you and their phone. The conversation feels like a formality, their responses clipped, their body language leaning away. You share a story, hoping for connection, but it's met with indifference, a nod, a murmur, nothing more. The warmth you expected is absent, replaced by an unspoken wish for you to leave. This isn't imagination, it's a signal. Your intuition, honed by decades of experience, knows the difference between being valued and being tolerated. Why does this matter? At 60 and beyond, your time is a finite treasure. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Likewise, the peace of your life hinges on the quality of your company. Spending hours in a home where you're not wanted sends a message to yourself that your presence doesn't matter. It's a quiet erosion of self-worth, leaving you questioning why you bothered. Over time, these visits accumulate, each one a small wound to your spirit, making you feel smaller, less significant. Consider Mrs. Evelyn, 68-year-old retiree who loved visiting her old neighbor. She'd bring homemade cookies, eager to reconnect, but each time, the neighbor's curt replies and distracted demeanor left her deflated. At first, Evelyn brushed it off, thinking she was being sensitive. But one evening, as she left, feeling emptier than when she arrived, she realized, this isn't my place anymore. She stopped visiting, choosing instead to spend time with friends who greeted her with open hearts. Her mood lifted, her confidence returned, she reclaimed her energy. The Stoic principle here is clear. Invest your presence where it's valued. A home that truly welcomes you feels different. The air is lighter, laughter flows freely, and you're seen not as an obligation, but as a gift. These spaces recharge you, affirming your worth. Conversely, a home where you're tolerated depletes you, planting seeds of doubt. Research shows that social rejection, even subtle, raises cortisol levels, increasing stress, and disrupting sleep. Critical concerns for seniors already navigating health changes. How do you recognize this home? Trust your instincts. If you feel like an intruder, if silences are heavy, or if you leave drained, that's your cue. The host may not say it outright, they may even invite you out of habit, but their actions speak louder. A fidgety glance, a rushed goodbye, or a lack of genuine interest, it betrays their heart. You don't need to confront them, you simply need to choose yourself. Walking away isn't about resentment, it's about wisdom. You've lived long enough to know not every door deserves your knock. Instead of begging for belonging, seek those who celebrate you. Maybe it's a friend who listens intently, a grandchild who lights up at your stories, or a community group where your voice matters. These are the tables where you sit, the homes where you thrive. Protect your peace by saying no to spaces that make you feel small. Your golden years are for joy, not obligation. This lesson extends beyond visits, it's a metaphor for life. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, who see your wisdom as a treasure. As you age, tolerance for half-hearted connections should fade. You've earned the right to choose quality over quantity, to invest in relationships that nourish your soul. The power within lies in knowing when to close a door, not out of anger, but out of love for yourself. Let's move to the next home, one where chaos reigns supreme. The second home to steer clear of is one where negativity and drama hold court, turning every visit into a battleground of complaints and conflict. As you enter your golden years, peace of mind becomes your most precious asset. Stoicism reminds us that true happiness lies in a balanced soul, yet some homes are whirlwinds of chaos, threatening the tranquility you've worked so hard to cultivate. These aren't places of occasional disagreements, they're arenas where bitterness thrives and positivity suffocates. Step into such a home, and you feel the tension before a word is spoken. The air crackles with hostility, conversations spiral into arguments, and every issue, no matter how small, becomes a war. Gossip spreads like wildfire, gratitude is buried under complaints, and blame is the language of choice. You might arrive with a smile, hoping to share a moment of joy, but soon you're dodging verbal landmines, petty disputes, old grudges, or relentless whining. It's exhausting, like walking into a storm you didn't sign up for. Take Mr. Walter, a 72-year-old who visited his cousin's home weekly, drawn by family ties. But each visit was a barrage of criticism about politics, neighbors, even Walter's own choices. The cousin thrived on drama, turning every chat into a debate. Walter left feeling drained, his optimism chipped away. One day, he skipped the visit, choosing a quiet evening with a book instead. The relief was immediate, he realized his peace was worth more than obligation. Why is this home so toxic? Negativity is contagious. Studies show that chronic exposure to hostile environments raises stress hormones, impacting heart health and mental clarity, vital concerns for seniors. The Stoics, like Seneca, advised, associate with people who improve you. A drama-filled home does the opposite, seeping into your thoughts like smoke after a fire. You don't just witness the chaos, you absorb it, carrying tension home, replaying arguments in your mind, losing sleep over conflicts that aren't yours. These homes often revolve around people who feed on discord. They don't seek solutions, they seek someone to blame. Every story is a grievance, every moment a chance to vent. If you share good news, it's dismissed or twisted into another complaint. Over time, their worldview taints yours. You might start doubting your own positivity, wondering if life really is as bleak as they paint it. This isn't hypothetical. Research on social influence shows that negative peers can lower your mood and self-esteem, especially in later years when emotional resilience may wane. How do you spot this home? Listen to the tone. Are conversations dominated by criticism, gossip, or endless problems? Do you feel heavier leaving than arriving? Does laughter feel rare or forced? These are red flags. The host may claim they're just venting, but venting that never resolves is a trap. It's not your job to fix their chaos or endure their storms. The Stoic solution is intentional distance. You've lived through enough of life's ups and downs to know peace is no luxury, it's a necessity. Instead of battling their negativity, choose spaces where kindness and warmth prevail. Seek friends who share your gratitude, family who celebrate life's small joys, or groups where ideas flourish without judgment. These environments recharge your soul, reminding you that happiness is possible even in tough times. Walking away doesn't mean cutting ties forever, it means prioritizing yourself. If you must visit, set limits, keep it short, steer clear of hot topics, and exit gracefully. But ideally, redirect your energy to homes where laughter is genuine, where your presence is a spark, not a burden. Your golden years deserve tranquility, not turmoil. Protect your spirit by choosing environments that lift you up, not tear you down. Let's explore the next home, one that values you only for what you can give. The third home to avoid is one where you're needed, not valued, a place that welcomes you only for what you can offer, not for who you are. In your golden years, your time and dignity are treasures, and Stoicism urges you to guard them fiercely. This home isn't about hostility or drama, it's about exploitation, cloaked in familiarity. Here, your presence is a convenience, not a celebration, and that subtle distinction can erode your self-worth if you're not careful. Imagine visiting someone who lights up when you arrive not because they cherish you, but because they need a favor. They call when they want a babysitter, a loan, or help with errands, but when you seek a simple chat or a moment of connection, they're suddenly too busy. Their warmth feels transactional, their interest tied to your utility. You leave feeling used, wondering why your company alone isn't enough. This is the hallmark of a home that needs you, values you. Consider Mrs. Dorothy, a 65-year-old widow who often visited her niece's home. Dorothy loved helping with the kids, thinking it strengthened their bond, but she noticed the calls came only when childcare was needed, never for a coffee or a catch-up. When she suggested a family outing, her niece brushed it off, citing a packed schedule. Dorothy felt invisible, her worth reduced to her usefulness. One day, she declined a babysitting request, choosing a painting class instead. The joy of being valued for herself was a revelation. She vowed to prioritize reciprocal relationships. Why does this hurt? At 60 plus, you've spent decades giving, raising families, supporting friends, building communities. To be seen as a tool rather than a person stings deeply. Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "Associate only with those who improve you." A home that uses you fails this test, draining your energy and planting doubts about your value. Psychologically, one-sided relationships foster resentment and lower self-esteem, per studies on social reciprocity critical for seniors seeking meaningful connections. These homes thrive on imbalance. The host may shower you with flattery when they need something, but their actions betray their intent. They don't ask about your life, share your joys, or offer support. They take, assuming you'll always give. This isn't love or friendship, it's opportunism. Over time, you might internalize their view, questioning if you're only as good as what you provide. That's a lie you must reject. How do you identify this home? Watch for patterns. Are you contacted only for favors? Do they reciprocate your efforts? Do you leave feeling unappreciated? These signs are your guide. The host may guilt trip you, claiming family duty or past favors, but true bonds don't demand one-sided sacrifice. Your generosity is a gift, not an obligation. The Stoic response is self-respect. You've earned the right to relationships that honor you as a person, not a resource. Instead of pouring energy into those who take, seek those who give back, friends who call just to laugh, family who value your stories, neighbors who share life's highs and lows. These connections uplift you, affirming that your presence alone is enough. If you must engage, set boundaries, offer help on your terms, limit visits, and redirect conversations to mutual interests. But ideally, walk away. Your golden years are for relationships that mirror your worth, not exploited. Protect your time by choosing those who see you as a blessing, not a convenience. Let's turn to the final home, one that poisons your mental health. The fourth home to avoid is one that harms your mental health, a space where toxicity seeps into your spirit, leaving you diminished. As you age, peace becomes your sanctuary, and Stoicism teaches that no environment should rob you of it. This home isn't always loud or confrontational, it's often quieter, more deceptive, marked by passive-aggressive jabs, judgmental glances, and conversations that feel like interrogations. Here, your confidence is questioned, your worth undermined, and your joy suffocated. Step inside, and you sense a shift, an invisible weight settling on your shoulders. The host's words carry hidden barbs, a backhanded compliment, a sly remark about your choices, or a question that probes too far. You measure every sentence, not from insecurity, but because you feel judged, as if anything you say could be twisted later. There's no warmth, only a cold undercurrent of superiority or resentment. You leave feeling smaller, replaying the visit in your mind, wondering why you feel so unsettled. Take Mr. George, a 71-year-old who visited a longtime friend's home monthly. What began as nostalgic reunions turned sour as friends' comments grew critical, mocking George's new hobbies or questioning his health decisions. Each visit left George doubting himself, his optimism fading. One day, he canceled, choosing a senior book club instead. The acceptance he found there reminded him, "I deserve better." He never returned, reclaiming his mental clarity. Why is this home so dangerous? Mental health in later years is fragile. Chronic stress can exacerbate anxiety, depression, and even cognitive decline, per studies. Seneca advised, associate with people likely to improve you. A toxic home does the opposite, planting seeds of self-doubt that linger long after you leave. Unlike overt drama, this toxicity is subtle, making it harder to pinpoint. You might blame yourself, thinking you're too sensitive, but the unease is real, a signal your mind is under attack. These homes often belong to people who project their insecurities. They don't shout, they undermine. A dismissive tone, a raised eyebrow, or a just joking jab chips away at your confidence. They may compare you to others, question your life choices, or imply you're not enough. Over time, this erodes your self-esteem, making you question your worth. For seniors, who may already face societal stereotypes about aging, this can be devastating, reinforcing feelings of irrelevance. How do you spot this home? Trust your feelings. Do you leave exhausted, second-guessing yourself? Are conversations laced with judgment or control? Does the host make you feel less than, even subtly? These are clues. The toxicity may hide in concern. Are you sure you should be doing that at your age? But it's meant to unsettle, not support. The Stoic antidote is self-preservation. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." You can't change a toxic host, but you can choose not to enter their domain. Protect your mental health by seeking homes where respect reigns, where your ideas are heard, your growth celebrated, and your presence honored. These spaces heal, reminding you of your value. If contact is unavoidable, armor yourself. Keep visits brief, deflect personal attacks with neutral responses, and focus on your inner strength. But the wisest path is distance. Your golden years are for environments that uplift, not undermine. Say no to homes that poison your mind, and yes to those that nurture your soul. Let's explore why this matters so deeply. Avoiding these toxic homes isn't just about sidestepping discomfort, it's about safeguarding your safety, energy, and mental health to live fully in your golden years. At 60 and beyond, you've earned the right to a life of peace, where your self-worth shines and your relationships reflect your value. Stoicism teaches that true strength lies in controlling what you can, your choices, your boundaries, and the environments you enter. Protecting your energy isn't selfish, it's essential for thriving. Your mental health is the foundation of your well-being. Chronic negativity, judgment, or exploitation from toxic homes can raise stress levels, disrupt sleep, and weaken immunity, per health studies risks seniors can't ignore. A single draining visit might seem harmless, but repeated exposure compounds, eroding confidence and joy. Imagine Mrs. Clara, 67, who felt anxious after visits to a critical relative. When she prioritized uplifting friends, her mood stabilized, her sleep improved, she reclaimed her spark. Your mind deserves spaces that nurture, not diminish. Equally vital is your emotional energy. You've spent decades giving to family, work, community. Now, every ounce of energy matters. Homes that demand without giving back steal your vitality, leaving you depleted for what truly matters. Hobbies, loved ones, or quiet reflection. Stoics like Seneca urged focus on what enriches you. By avoiding homes that drain, you preserve energy for relationships that reciprocate, like a neighbor who shares your laughter or a club that values your wisdom. Personal safety extends to your sense of self. Toxic homes, whether through indifference, drama, or manipulation, can make you question your worth. You might feel invisible, reduced to a role, or unworthy of respect. This isn't trivial. Self-esteem shapes how you navigate aging. A 2020 study linked low self-worth in seniors to higher rates of loneliness and depression. You are not just your past or what you give, you are a lifetime of wisdom, stories, and resilience. Choose homes that affirm this truth, where you're celebrated, not tolerated. Your peace is your sanctuary. Toxic homes disrupt it with chaos, guilt, or subtle attacks, pulling you into battles you didn't choose. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The tranquility that comes when you stop caring what they say." Peace isn't found in pleasing everyone, it's found in choosing who surrounds you. A home that respects you offers calm, not conflict, allowing you to rest easy, knowing your value is unquestioned. Relationships reflect your choices. Avoiding toxic homes isn't about isolation, it's about curating connections that honor you. True bonds, whether with family or friends, are built on mutual care, not obligation. Seek those who see your growth, share your joys, and respect your boundaries. These are the people who make your golden years go, reinforcing that you're enough, just as you are. This shift requires courage. You may face guilt, fear of judgment, or nostalgia tugging you back. But every time you choose peace over pain, you affirm your worth. You're not closing doors out of spite, you're opening ones to joy, health, and self-respect. Your safety lies in knowing you deserve better, and better exists. Let's learn how to make that choice wisely. Knowing which homes to avoid is only half the journey. Setting boundaries is how you protect your peace and ensure your golden years overflow with joy. At 60 plus, your happiness isn't a luxury, it's a priority. Stoicism teaches us to master what's within our control, our actions, choices, and responses. By establishing clear boundaries, you can handle toxic situations with grace, sidestep negativity, and cultivate positivity, no matter who's on the other side of the door. Here's how to do it, tailored to each toxic home, with practical steps to keep your spirit vibrant. 1. The home where you're not welcome. Assert your worth when your presence feels like an inconvenience. The boundary is simple. Don't stay where you're tolerated. Recognize the signs: cold greetings, distracted hosts, rushed goodbyes, and trust your gut. Instead of lingering, hoping for warmth, politely exit. Try saying, "I'll let you get back to your day," and leave with your dignity intact. Limit future visits, focusing on those who value you. For unavoidable cases, like family gatherings, prepare mentally. Set a time limit, for example, 1 hour. Bring a positive topic to steer conversation, and have an exit plan. I have an early morning. Mrs. Evelyn used this at a cousin's home, staying briefly and redirecting to shared memories. She left feeling empowered, not drained. The Stoic lesson: your worth isn't negotiable. Invest it where it's celebrated. Action steps: decline invitations that feel obligatory with, "Thanks, but I'm booked." Spend time with those who make you feel seen. Call a friend, join a club. Reflect post-visit: did I feel valued? If not, reduce contact. 2. The home of negativity and drama. Guard your calm. Drama-filled homes thrive on chaos, but you can choose calm. Boundaries here mean limiting exposure and staying neutral. If you must visit, don't engage in arguments or gossip. Smile, nod, and pivot to neutral topics like weather or hobbies. Keep visits short, citing prior commitments. For example, "I've got a garden project waiting," works wonders. If negativity persists, distance yourself. Decline frequent invites with, "I'm focusing on quieter days lately." Mr. Walter mastered this by skipping his cousin's drama-fueled dinners, joining a chess group instead. His stress plummeted, his evenings joyful. Stoics like Epictetus said, "You become what you give your attention to." Give yours to peace, not conflict. Action steps: practice deflection. Let's talk about something fun. What's new with you? Limit visits to once a month or less, prioritizing uplifting spaces. After exposure, decompress with meditation or a walk to reset your mood. 3. The home that needs you, not values you. Demand reciprocity when you're only called for favors. Set a boundary of mutual respect. Politely decline one-sided requests. "I'm not free this time, but let's catch up soon." Suggest non-transactional meetups, like coffee or a walk, to test their interest. If they balk, you have your answer. They want your help, not you. For family, communicate clearly. "I love helping, but I'd also love time to just talk." Mrs. Dorothy did this with her niece, offering childcare only if they planned family outings too. When the niece declined, Dorothy focused on friends who reciprocated. Seneca's wisdom applies. No one can live happily who regards only himself. Insist on give and take, or step back. Action steps, track requests. Are they always favors? If so, say no more often. Propose shared activities. If ignored, redirect energy to mutual bonds. Affirm your value daily. I deserve relationships that honor me. 4. The home that harms your mental health. Shield your toxic homes that undermine your confidence require the firmest boundaries, minimal contact, maximum protection. Avoid these spaces unless necessary, using excuses like, I'm cutting back on visits to focus on health. If you must go, armor yourself mentally, rehearse positive affirmations, I am enough, limit personal disclosures, and exit early. For persistent critics, respond calmly, appreciate your view, but I'm happy with my path. Mr. George used this with his judgmental friend, eventually declining invites altogether. Joining a book club restored his self-esteem. Marcus Aurelius taught, you have power over your mind. Use it to shield yourself from toxicity, seeking those who uplift instead. Action steps, visualize a mental shield before visits to deflect negativity. Reduce contact gradually, replacing it with affirming connections. Journal after visits to process emotions and reinforce your worth. General strategies for positive vibes across all cases. Prioritize joy. Surround yourself with people who spark happiness, those who laugh with you, respect your journey, and share your values. Join groups like art classes or volunteer programs to meet kindred spirits. Practice gratitude daily, noting 3 things that brought you joy to anchor your positivity. When guilt creeps in, remind yourself, boundaries are self-love, not rejection. You're not abandoning others, you're honoring your right to thrive. Studies show positive social ties boost longevity and mental health in seniors, so choose quality over obligation. If nostalgia pulls you back, reflect on why you left. Your peace outweighs fleeting memories. Regularly assess relationships. Do they energize or exhaust? Be ruthless about cutting ties that dim your light. Mrs. Clara, 67, did this, leaving a toxic friend group for a gardening club. Her happiness soared, proving joy is a choice. Stoicism's core is action. Take it by crafting a life where every door you knock on opens to warmth. In this elder's wisdom journey, we've uncovered 4 homes that can dim your light in your golden years, where you're not welcome, drowned in drama, used for convenience, or harmed mentally. Each is a thief stealing your peace, energy, and self-worth. But here's the truth. You hold the power to choose where you belong. Stoicism teaches us to master our choices, to walk away from what doesn't serve us, and to embrace spaces that honor our wisdom. Your golden years aren't for settling, they're for thriving. From melatonin's fade to the heart's quiet whispers, we've seen that peace isn't found in forcing connections, but in curating them. Mrs. Evelyn found joy by leaving cold welcomes behind. Mr. Walter reclaimed calm by dodging drama. Mrs. Dorothy demanded reciprocity, while Mr. George shielded his mind from toxicity. Their stories mirror yours. You deserve homes where laughter is real, where your presence is a gift, not a burden. Protecting your energy means setting boundaries, choosing joy over guilt, and affirming your worth daily. A warm meal, a deep breath, a kind friend, these small acts build nights of rest and days of purpose. You're not just aging, you're evolving into your truest self. Let every door you enter reflect that. Which lesson hit home for you? Share it in the comments. I'm eager to hear your story. If this video lit a spark, please hit like, subscribe, and tap the bell to join our community of vibrant seniors. Share this with loved ones to inspire nights of peace and mornings of energy. Your golden years are a canvas. Paint them with joy, wisdom, and unapologetic self-love. Start today, because you deserve a life that feels like home. See you in the next video, and here's to beautiful dreams.